Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode, Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up, doing well, got the mind in the right place, but if not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So, been talking about lately with some Dabo Swinney, head coach, Clemson, college football. If you don't know who he is, just Google, YouTube, and you'll see some of his accomplishments, stuff like that. And I've been listening to this video for the last couple of days over and over again, like I do all my videos. Some are shorter, some are longer. This one is about 47 minutes long. And it's an interview. It's like a kind of like a Zoom call or something like that. But it's about positive leadership. And I really like, there's just so many things that he talks about in this video that I'm trying to get out to everyone. But morning, Laro. But this one topic or this one comment that he made during this interview really stuck with me as well. He's talking about, he was telling his team, which is Clemson, like, don't lose to Clemson. Like, whatever we do, just don't lose to Clemson. And I had to listen to it a couple times to kind of just get what he was saying. And basically, he was just saying, like, just don't lose to yourself. Don't lose to yourself. Like, he was talking about the importance of, like, spring training. When you come through, you're doing specific drills, different routes, different things, just some basics, some fundamentals. And, after a while, it just becomes the same old thing. Like, you're just doing the same old thing. So you kind of just, you don't treat it as important as something maybe as new, right? Because you're kind of just going through the motions. And so maybe you're not paying attention to details. You're just kind of just going through the motions. And I can relate to that because I have my students do the same drills over and over and over and over again in the warm-ups, to where that can just be kind of be monotonous, just same old things, but they're very important drills. And sometimes when you look across the mat, across the room, you can see where some people are, they're talking, they're conversating, which is fine, but they're skipping details. They're missing steps, important steps. And that'll cost you later on in a live round with one of your teammates and or an opponent in a tournament or something, to where it'll make a dramatic difference in the match. So in this video, he's talking about how he was talking to his team, where they were going over some film, and I guess the quarterback was trying to hand off the ball to the running back, and there was a fumble in the exchange there. It wasn't as tight as it should be. There was a mishap. And so little things like that, offside penalties, holding penalties, just, things where, they're beating themselves in the game. And he's telling his team, look, if we just don't lose to Clemson, we will win this game, which is huge. And the way I put that in perspective with everything else is, like, just don't lose to ourselves. Don't lose to you, meaning, are you getting up on time every day like you're supposed to? Are you, I got, friends and or family members that just can't get up when they hear the alarm clock the first time, and they'll sleep in, and then their day's behind, and they're running late for work, and it affects their work. Now they got to stay after for work, or, they're trying to squeeze in some studying for an exam because they're in college, and they're doing it at the last minute, and they're stressed out, and they're not prepared properly and everything else. And so they're beating themselves, basically. They're beating themselves. Like, life is hard enough as it is, let alone just not doing the things that we know we're supposed to do day in and day out, to where we're just stacking problems on top of problems because we're beating ourselves. If we just don't beat ourselves, life would be so much easier in so many different ways. We just got to do the right things. And sometimes, we get lazy, we get, whatever, we're going through certain things, and we just get, we just let up. And when we let up on everything, we start to beat ourselves because we start to fall behind. We're just not doing the things that we're supposed to be doing day in and day out, and those catch up with us. And when they do, on top of everything else that comes our way, that life just happens to just put in the mix, it really hurts. We're hurting ourselves, we're losing to ourselves. And so that message today, was really, really good. I like that. You know, it's just a constant reminder. Like, we just go through the motions every day. We wake up, and then we got to make sure that we're on top, bringing our A game every day. So as long as we do that, which is hard to do, it's not an easy thing to do. But like the video yesterday, you know, like you're doing common things in an uncommon way. That was yesterday's message. If you didn't catch it, go back to yesterday's, scroll back down through this page, check it out. It's important. Doing common things in an uncommon way. You know, these guys, and he's talking about his football team yesterday, just to recap, you know, when they go to the movies, they take an electric blower and, you know, they blow everything out from underneath the seats and everything, and they pick up their own trash so that the movie theater crew, cleaning crew, doesn't have to do it. They're picking up after themselves. So when they walk out, it is clean, you know. Just little things. All the little things matter. Again, we all we're all victims of going through the motions and skipping details. But when we do that, we hurt ourselves. Life is hard enough as it is, okay? And it's going to be even harder if we're beating ourselves by by not doing the things that we're supposed to do every day. Again, I got so many different scenarios. I'd be here all day with the things that, you know, not only myself, but other people that I talk to, things that they know they should be doing and they're not doing, and then they're just losing to themselves. And then just over time, over weeks and months, you know, just think about right now where we're at. We're in November, right? We're in the last couple months of the year. And just think about the things that you haven't started yet, or maybe you did start and now you haven't finished yet, or, you know, you just took a break from, and now you're behind and you're trying to get somewhere. And just think of, you would have just stayed on a steady path all year long to where you would be at now versus, hey, look at how much I got to catch up on. The problem is we're all guilty at some point of, you know, digging this hole for ourselves to where it gets so deep where we look up and it's like, you know, I don't feel like going through that. So you just give up and you're done, and you try to go on to something else, and then that hole gets bigger, so on and so forth. And you just continue to just give up on things to where things just never go your way because you just never stuck through and just did the little things the right way, you know. So I think that's a great message to just put out there, and just to remind people, especially with these last 2 months of the year, you can really turn things around. And that's what I like about all these messages. That's what I like about all these thought processes, is that nothing that we're doing is permanent, you know, or what we've done is permanent. Everything can be changed, and things can be changed now. Just like the way the rest of this year is, the beginning and the middle of this year has been. It doesn't have to stay that way for you. It's just a mindset. You shift things, you do certain things the right way, and you can end this last part of the year on a right note. And that's what I'm pushing for all my kids, all my teens, all my adults, and whoever is part of my program, is to make sure that we are on track to go into the next year already winning and not having to just start completely from scratch come January 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, or whenever it is you feel like getting up and starting to make those moves. The moves are supposed to happen now. They're supposed to have been happening, but if you haven't made them or you let up on them, good news. You can still get back to it today and make those things happen. So don't lose to yourself, all right? Life is hard enough as it is. Don't make it harder for yourself by not doing the things that you know you're supposed to be doing. No one's perfect. We all make mistakes. We make some bad choices, but you know, you just got to do better at making better choices and do better at not making, you know, the wrong choices, and things will get easier for you. Doing those daily habits day in and day out that you know that you're supposed to be doing, eating right, exercising, reading the right things, listening to the right things, putting yourself around the right people, you know, having a positive mindset, helping others, and the list goes on. And you do all those things, cleaning up after yourself. Again, bed fixed in the morning, no dishes in the sink, cars clean, you know, everything around you in your cubicle at work or your workspace is neat and organized. All those little things matter to where you can win and you're not going to beat yourself. All right. So Dabo Swinney, don't lose to Clemson, meaning told his team, hey, just don't lose to Clemson. Don't lose to us, and we can win this game. So win the game. All right. Win the game of life by not losing to yourself and then going out there and handling business. All right, guys, we'll catch up with you on the next one. Have a great day. We'll see you.